So in 2015, I was in a deep, deep depression. I had been depressed most of my life, I thought, because, well, I didn't really want to be here in physical form, honestly. I thought it was too hard. I didn't relate. I didn't really relate to other people. So I was in my 60s, getting ready to retire, and I said, I really have messed up my life. It didn't turn out the way I wanted to. It didn't give me what I thought I deserved in life. And it was affecting me physically. My knees all quit working on me, and I could barely walk. And a lot of you probably know the work of Louise Hay, where she talks about different energies and how they get lodged in our emotional body and eventually in our physical body, affecting our physical form. And so I knew that this problem with walking was that I was afraid, that I didn't know how to step into the future. And so I did a surrender, as I mentioned earlier, and I said, I messed it all up. I don't know what to do. But I found the work of Mike Dooley, who wrote a book called Infinite Possibilities. And my sister gave it to me, and it sounded like a good plan. So I followed Mike Dooley's step-by-step, what do you do next, what do you do next? And the main thing is to follow your intuition, to follow source, to follow divine guidance. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow divine guidance. And I'm not doing anything without it ever again. So I was doing that, taking my baby steps. And one day, I was walking from my house to my mother's house, which is, we live in an RV park, and her house is right around the corner from mine. And I was walking over there, and I remember I had this thought, I'm happy. By God, I'm happy. And if I lived this very simple life, because I had a measly part-time driving job and, a real simple life, and I said, this is good. And if nothing changes, I can live like this for the rest of my life. And all of a sudden, something shifted in me and became in alignment. Source energy came in, my heart expanded, and I could see divinity everywhere. I didn't know how else to explain it. I could see energy in the trees, and I could feel into the consciousness of the cosmos. So even though I had known mentally that we are one with the universe, I wasn't prepared for the experience of it. I had no idea that that could happen to me, really. And all I did was laugh and cry. And I went to my mom's house and I said, I just see divinity everywhere. What happened? And it was at that point that she shared with me that she had had a similar experience, but I had no idea. I didn't know what had happened or what to do with it. So I was able to function in this state of grace for a number of days. And I was afraid to go to sleep because it felt so good. I didn't want to miss any of it. I didn't know how long it was going to stay, or even really what caused it, or how to make it happen again. But it did stay with me for a number of days, and you can tell I can't talk about it without feeling it again. So I think somewhere along the line, I had the thought, okay, now, I was giving away money, I was blessing people. I was getting really weird with this experience. And I said, how am I gonna function like this? Because at this point I was thinking, cool, I get to be like this now permanently because it had stayed for a number of days. Okay, so now how am I going to function in the world like this? And it wasn't too long that it faded, and that I came back to my old self and my old fears. Because in this state, I had no fear. I didn't fear anything. I knew that everything that had ever happened to me in my life, as crummy as I thought it was, as wrong as I thought it was perfect. It was perfect. And that everything that happens to us is all in perfection. And I knew that if I died right then, that would be perfect. So it did fade, and then I was like, all right, well, I don't know what just happened to me or how it happened really, but I can't be the only person that ever had this experience because I'm not anybody special. So this must be the big awakening. This must be where everybody wakes up to who we really are, which is divine beings of light. This must be it. Because of this experience. So the first thing I wanted to do was to find a group of people, and I was seriously going to go to the theater down the street and walk in and say, hey, is anybody in here awake? Please raise your hand if anybody in here is awake. And I've been dying to do that ever since. And so, folks, if you would please answer that question, is anybody in here awake? Yes. You found your group of people. I found my people.